Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, Tennessee Whiskey Shaving with your boy Wes, your favorite talking head. Coming back with you today for another shave and give you a review on one of my favorite PAA Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements lineups, which is going to be Sacre Bleu. Sacre Bleu is a homage to Aqua Velva, to the original old school Aqua Velva. It smells phenomenal. I mean, it is. It's one of those. It calls to me often. I have to use it. It seems, every few days, like I'm using Sacre Bleu or Cold Spices. One of those old vintage scents. It's just always calling to me. And Sacre Bleu is one of them. Sacre Bleu also comes in a full lineup. It comes in a soap, a splash, a star jelly, bar soap, if you want shampoo puck, a solid cologne, deodorant. It has its full lineup. So definitely check it out. Don't sleep on it. Just because it's it's a perennial or whatever, or not perennial, mainstay. There you go. Because it's a mainstay, don't sleep on it. This is a good one to get. It really kicks up the nostalgia. From the sales page or whatever here on Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements for Sacre Bleu, there's not a lot to it. There's not a lot that needs to be said. It just says that if you are a fan of the original Aqua Velva of yore, this, my friend, is for you. The scent profile is top notes of citrus, mint, and spice. Middle notes, floral, violet, and woody, with a base notes of musk, sweet, and tonka. Says note, the aftershave is lightly mentholated, just like the original. So that's right, if you consider yourself an Aqua Velva connoisseur, maybe collect vintage bottles or go out of your way to order the European version, Sacre Bleu is gonna blow your mind off. If your dad or grandpappy were fans, give them a whiff and they'll agree. It's spot on. So Sacre Bleu is a must for each and every shave day. I agree, totally agree on that one. That should be, this should be a staple in everybody's shave den. It should be there. And I'm gonna start mixing up a lather here, and while I mix up the lather, we'll maybe get a little deep dive going in on Aqua Velva. So I'm gonna scrape out about that much. That doesn't take a lot. I definitely scrape out and use more than what I actually need. So again, once I've scraped, I can weigh it, and that's probably maybe like half an ounce or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't take a lot. I'm going to be putting it in my Captain's Choice bowl that I just got from my son for Father's Day a little bit ago, and I'm using my Ian Lagaki cleaver style scraper. And I figured too, sorry, got lost in my thoughts. I figured too, with a name like Sacre Bleu, and we're kind of going vintage, that I would bust out one of my favorite Euro trash razors, my Bohin. It is very awesome, very Art Deco-y. The plate is reversible, so you can make it, mild or aggressive. You can flip it upside down or whatnot. And this has personality, so you really, when you load your blade in, you really got to check that blade reveal out and make sure it's nice and even, because it can get a little cattywampus in there and crooked, and it could make for a very unpleasant shave. But as long as you load the razor in and everything correctly and whatnot, it shaves just fine, perfect. It's good. But, you know, like I said, it's got a little personality, so you gotta pay attention. And also, I got it soaking over here right now. My AP Shape Co. Merit 99-5. This is the re-release. I also still have the original limited edition Coke bottle, but this is one that they put out again. The color is slightly different. But again, you know me, I like to go matchy-matchy. So with the splash and, you know, the bottle here with the, here you guys can get a little better look at the splash that way. Yeah, with the color and stuff, I figured this would be a good thing to go with. So let me get that back in there, soaking a little bit here, and get my notes and everything like that. My tablet just decided it wanted to turn off here. So if you guys didn't know, Aqua Velva is actually America's first aftershave. And it was first trademarked in 1917 by J.B. Williams and Company. And it was later acquired by the Beecham Group in 1982, which then became SmithKline Beecham in 1989. And then GlaxoSmithKline from 2000 until it was sold to Comb Incorporated in 2002. And then as of 2016, it's been marketed by Comb Incorporated and Unilever, which was formerly Sara Lee in Europe. Aqua Velva products also include the classic Ice Blue, Ice Sport, and Musk, as well as Original Sport, which is only sold in Canada. Man, the scent off of this is so good. When you start lathering up and the scent really starts popping, man, this stuff smells so good. The Aqua Velva used to originally come in glass bottles. It now comes in plastic bottles, plastic shatterproof bottles. They started doing that as of February 1st, 2010. Look at all, so much information about Aqua Velva. Look at that lather so far, look at that. It's pretty good, pretty good. Need to add some more water though. Let's see here, what else we got? Oh yeah, so it's also been noted that during the war, or some of the wars and stuff, you know, back in the early 1900s and whatnot, that Aqua Velva was given out to the soldiers. And it was so popular, and they liked it so much because of the high alcohol content, they were actually drinking it. So they would mix it with, like, see, what does it say? Pineapple juice, or was it grapefruit juice? Where is it? Grapefruit juice. That's what they said. Yeah, they said that the high alcohol content of Aqua Velva, and they mixed it with canned grapefruit juice, and it made for a passable alcoholic beverage. How cool is that? So later on, they eventually they took out the straight alcohol, and then they started using like a denatured alcohol, so that you can't drink it anymore. So yeah, probably a good thing. And let's see here, what else here? I got some other notes pulled up here. So yeah, like I said, this was America's first aftershave. I already talked about that. So yeah, some people, I mean, I like this stuff, man, but I guess, you know, everybody's different, so it's not for everybody. But there's my little deep dive into Aqua Velva. All right, lather's nice and good. I'll wet my face, and we'll get going on with this shave. All right, man, I love this stuff. Like I said, it just calls to me. Every so often I have to use it. I keep it handy. I keep it like, this is one of the ones that, I mean, I have a lot of soaps and splashes, right? So, I usually keep them in like a storage area, a locker, or whatever you want to say, a drawer, a place where I just keep a lot of stuff. I store them. I got a lot. But this is one that I usually keep like under the sink here and in the bathroom, like readily available. Like, I love rabbit fighter, so I have rabbit fighter under there, cold spices. I have I keep Blue Moon Bay rum under there. Up here recently too, I got 1944 and 1988. I keep them readily available. I love them. Those are also great. But yeah, man, the Sacre Bleu is one of those ones that, man, it smells so good. And with the little bit of menthol that we got with the heat, with the summertime fully upon us now, as they're saying. As I'm making this, yesterday I think was the summer solstice, so it was officially the start of the summer, and it was pretty hot too. Of course, that's the day that I picked to go out and let's weed the flower beds. Let's do that. Let's pick the hottest day of the year and go out and go weed the flower beds for 2.5 hours. So good times, good times. All right, gents, here we go. Stretch the skin. Let's begin. Find the angle. Probably one of the reasons why I like, as I call them, Euro trash. I mean, don't get me wrong. These are great razors, but I affectionately call them Euro trash. I like all the stuff, from Europe, from France and Italy, England, the HD rockets, stuff like that. Some of these other French joints, they're not like Bohin and Lather. Those are also cool. I have a Hofritz, but yeah, I just love all those European stuff, man. Marabello, that's hardly anybody knows about them. Italian razors and stuff, but they're hard to find, especially over here. So you got to pay a pretty penny for them, But yeah, I'd say the Bohin, and if I had to put like my favorite, I'd give you my top 2 or 3. I'd have to say that the Eclipse Red Ring is probably my favorite. I just love that. And one of the reasons why I like them too is because they have a shallower shave angle typically. So I love that. I don't know what it is. I just love the way the razor goes against my skin with a shallower shave angle. It's smooth, but it's efficient, and just very, very nice. So Eclipse Red Ring comes in at number 1. Bohin comes in at number 2. And number 3 would have to be the HD Rocket. I have a Parat, and I love that one. It's the same thing as like a Super Speed, but the ones that were made in Europe they're just so much, they're better. So I don't know what it is. The tolerances were a little more exacting and stuff, and there are some little minor differences, I guess, in them, but they were made so much better than the Super Speeds were made for us. So if you guys haven't ever heard of any of these razors, or if anything that I'm saying sounds interesting, then go check it out. Get on the old, get your black belt and Google Fu going, and check out some of these razors because they are fantastic. Of course, you know, with just about any vintage, you know, the only real downfall that I could ever, you know, or any fault that I could ever give any of these razors is the fact that there's blade overhang. You know, all these old vintage razors have like a little bit of blade overhang on them. So, you know, sometimes you just got to be cognizant of that because you'll feel it scrape up against your ear or something, or your nose, your nostril, you know, when you're shaving in those kind of tighter areas. But man, they give such a great shave. All right, let me rinse off and we'll go for pass number 2. Man, smells good. I just love shaving with Sacre Bleu. I mean, I'm telling you, man, the scent is just, it's so awesome. Very, very pleasing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And of course, with PAA, you know, it's a vegan-based soap, but it is very good. Very, very good. I'm looking to see, I mean, it's a good quality lather we got going on here. Nice and thick, comfortable. The butters and stuff that Doug and Fran, Hux, and Cube, the guy, Cube, the guy with all the secrets, the secret sauce. It's really good. I love what Doug does with all his sales blurbs and the mythos, you know, all the cool stories and stuff like that, you know, that happened. Hold on, I got a man down. Something fell out of the drawer. But yeah, I like all the backstories and everything that Doug puts into his products. Makes it really neat, adventurous, fun. Putting the fun back in shaving. Yeah, this is such a phenomenal shave right now. This is what life is all about right here. The self-care, the therapy, just enjoying a sharp razor. The scent. This, yeah, I mean, it's... Tell you what, man, they had it right back then. But I get it. If something's around long enough, it'll get old. You gotta revamp, redo, renew. But these old vintage scents are so awesome. Final rinse and final pass. All right, here we go. Gonna lay it on thick. Why not? I got all this extra cream in here. No sense in wasting it. All right, here we go. Last pass. What do you guys think of Sacre Bleu? If you're watching and you use it, of course, let me know what you guys think. Is it one that you guys go to often? Is it one that you could care less about? You know, those kind of things. Let me know. Because I absolutely love it. Curling champion mode right here along the jawline. Get it nice and smooth. Oh, I forgot to mention that I have a First Use Derby Premium loaded up in here. I am really starting to enjoy these Derby Premiums. I use them almost as much, or if not more now, than I use my AccuThrive Med Preps, which I love them. I don't think I'll buy the AccuThrive again because you can buy the AccuForge. They're the same exact blade, but they're a little cheaper because, well, they're not a med prep blade. They're not medical. They're not sanitized. So AccuThrives are med prep. They are a great blade. So I mean, but if you don't mind paying the extra, and you know, the whole sanitary thing is a big thing for you, then you know, of course, get them. But you can save yourself and get the same exact blade by getting the AccuForge, and you'll save yourself a considerable amount of money. But yeah, the Derby Premiums, man, they last a long time too. I can get about 10 shaves out of the Dirty Premium. And they're quadruple coated with chromium, ceramic, platinum, tungsten, and polymer edges, polymer coating. Maybe that's why they last so long. I don't know. But all right, let me rinse off here, and we'll get to the best part of the shave. Okay, so back to business. Give you guys my final thoughts here. I think I'm gonna stick with the proof scale. I don't know, I like it, so I'm gonna stick with it. So I'll give you guys all my ratings and whatnot on a proof scale, and yeah, it's gonna be 0 to 100 proof, and 0 being bad, 100 being the best. And of course, for anybody that's new, I'll always give my scale description, my rating description. So off the tub, scent strength, I give Sacre Bleu. Man, I give it. It's an 80 proof. It's a solid 80 proof. It smells good off the tub. It smells really good, and as soon as you start lathering it, the scent even goes up even more from there. So I would say during your lathering, the scent strength bumps up to about, man, I'd say like a 90 proof. It's powerful, it's strong, and that leads me into the aftershave as well. And so this starts off very strong as well. It has some solid hang time to it. I really like to put this stuff on. Man, that smells so good. That little bit of menthol feels awesome. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure like what the spices are and stuff, that's listed for the scent notes. But it smells so good. I mean, yeah, I get the mint. It's the minty, the citrus, the violet. I can get the violet. The musk is definitely there. All these old vintage scents are very musky. I love the musk, and the tonka. I can get the tonka. Everything goes together very, very well. I mean, hold on a second. Let me get my wife's thoughts on this, and I'm gonna start giving you guys a rating scale and stuff as far as like my wife. My wife will just usually tell me, oh, that smells nice, and give me like a thumbs up, or just say you smell good. But I'm going to get a more thorough thought from her. So I'll be right back. All right, so I am back, and I got a full-on multifaceted review from the wife, and she likes it. She says that out of a scale of 1 to 10, she gives it, but I'll use my proof scale, so that would be an 85 proof. So she said about it, she said an 8.5 out of 10. She said that before I went out there, or when I opened up to go out there, so this will speak to the scent strength, and I've only just put the splash on. I haven't even put the EDP on yet, just the splash. But she could smell it as soon as I opened up the bathroom door and went into the bedroom. She was out there chilling on the bed, but she was gonna tell me that she liked it. She smells grapefruit and mint. She said the biggest thing that she picks up out of it is the grapefruit and the mint, but she does like it. It is wife approved. 2 thumbs up. So yeah. So again, like I said, this is it's a strong fragrance. I mean, that's why I said like off the tub, you know, I gave it, you know, an 80 proof, you know, and, or sorry, no, yeah, or I say 60 proof? Crap, man, I can't remember what I said now. But anyway, the scent strength off the tub is good. And it even picks up more, you know, or I think I said 80 proof, and then it's a 90 proof when lathering. So, you know, it picks up. And then once you put the splash on, and I wear this stuff all the time, and the hang time on it is phenomenal. You know, I mean, the splash will go several hours, and then, you know, you put the EDP on top of that, and, you know, and you're good for like all day. Like, you know, you can smell it. It smells good. You could wear this to church. You can wear it to work. Like, it's wife approved. Good date night. I wouldn't suggest putting a lot on. Like I said, it can be, I mean, there is a musky scent to it or whatever. There is a musk to it. So I think that's what helps give it, you know, such a powerful presence and some good staying power. But yeah, little goes a long way with this stuff. So, you know, just be careful with that. It doesn't take a lot. Some, you know, some of the lighter scents, you know, I know like Aqua Digio, or, you know, if you want to use PAAs, Aqua DG, you know, or HC&C's High Stakes, you know, any of that stuff. It's a lighter scent, you know, so you can put more on and, you know, to get a more powerful effect out of it. But with Sacre Bleu, a little goes a long way. So on that note, I think I've got everything, and if I don't, I apologize. Maybe I'll add little sticker notes or something, you know, or text, and try and pick up everything that I forgot. But I think I covered everything. And so on that note, as always, the wet shaving community is the best community. Be happy, be positive. Happy shave, gents, and we'll catch you next time.